Welcome back, Geordies. There's been some interesting news of 3 top young talents who've been linked with Newcastle to future moves in January. The rumour mill has started already. If you're new to the channel, I'm Adam. This is Two for Joy. Be sure to stick around. Let's get into it. So before we take a look at the 3 top young talents who are being linked with Newcastle for this January transfer window, there are 2 Premier League players currently who are in a situation where they're looking to want away in this January transfer window, and Newcastle have been linked with interest. One being Kobbie Mainoo from Man United. He's obviously not getting the game time under Ruben Amorim, and I feel that this may be a window in which he looks to make a move. And the second being, who we were linked to in the summer, James Trafford from Manchester City. With Gianluigi Donnarumma coming in as the first team keeper, he obviously feels there isn't a pathway into the first team, and this may well be a viable option depending on the price tag and the wages come January. But otherwise, let's get into the first player. Kees Smit is a young 19-year-old Dutch footballer who's playing for AZ Alkmaar. He's made 11 appearances this season with 2 goals and 2 assists. He plays as a centre midfielder or a DM, but predominantly he is a creative player. This guy is a ball carrier. He's very progressive. He's valued at around 20 million euros. It's reported that AZ Alkmaar are looking for a club record fee, which would only be around the 25 million euros. But the problem is there are some European giants sniffing around this guy as well. It's reported that Barcelona, Real Madrid and Bayern Munich are all interested in this player. Now, I've only seen a little bit of what I'm showing you. Essentially, as a player, he looks like a ball carrier. He looks a very technically gifted footballer. At 19 years old, he may go on to be a top talent, but it's a very risky signing, I would say. The Dutch Eredivisie isn't the strongest league. It's a very technically talented league, but the Premiership is a completely different beast. The physicality, the sheer intensity and level of competition in the Premier League is a completely different ballgame. Now, Kees Smit is obviously a very highly rated and highly talented player for clubs the likes of Barcelona, Real Madrid and Bayern Munich to be looking at him. But it also says to me the likelihood is that he will probably be looking for a move to a bigger side than Newcastle United. And this one, unless we are the first to touch down and get in early before anybody else has made an approach, may well be out of our reach already. But moving on to the second player, Sadiki Cherif. Sadiki Cherif is an 18-year-old French footballer playing for Angers. His appearances are 12 with 3 goals in Ligue 1. This is his first season, a breakout season. And this lad looks very, very raw. His traits predominantly rely on his dribbling, his successful carries and his high pressing. Now, having looked through his stats for his first 12 games in Ligue 1, his high pressing is what really stands out. He wins a lot of balls back in the final third, which is something we've obviously struggled with this season. And I think Newcastle may be looking at a replacement for Willisula and to put Willisula out on loan, or for a sale of Willisula in the January window after not fulfilling that in the summer window. I know he was linked with Frankfurt and Stuttgart previously, and Willisula may be a good sale for £30 million. Sadiki Cherif is rumoured to be around 15 million euros, possibly up to the 20 million euros, but obviously without an approach, Newcastle will be left in a situation where if we were to bid low, like previously, you may see other teams come in and try and really push for this player. He looks in a similar mould to an early style of Hugo Ekitike. He's very tall. He's very slender. He looks physical. He looks like he has strength. He's a good runner with the ball. Again, his progressive carries are what really show. And he looks more of a counter-attacking player than a player that's going to be able to break down low blocks and really play those intricate passes that I feel we need within the team. So he may be one for the future. This may be a signing that we bring in and then loan back out. But he does look like a very talented footballer. And finally, on to the last player, probably the most interesting target I've seen on this list, Aleksander Stankovic. Born in Milan, age 20, he's a Serbian national, plays for Club Brugge. He's made 13 appearances in the league this season. He's netted 1 Champions League goal in the qualifiers. This lad looks like a real talent, extremely robust. His range of passing is fantastic. He offers exactly the same sort of range of passing that Fabian Schär does. That long cross-field diag, almost with pinpoint accuracy. He looks a real talent and in the real mould of a Fabian Schär style signing. Now, interestingly, Fabian Schär has been linked with a move to the Bundesliga this January, and there are several clubs inquiring about his services. Now, with only 6 months left on his contract, and Fabian Schär being the age that he is, and what seems to be being phased out of the team currently with the new partnership of Malik Chow and Sven Botman, we may look at rejuvenating this position and bringing in somebody who will be a backup to Malik Chow and an option for us going forward in the future into progressing this backline into its early 20s. But let me know in the comments, guys, from what you've seen, from what you've heard, what do you think of these targets? Do you think that Newcastle should be targeting players in and around the 18 to 20 region? Or do you think we need some more established talent within this first team to push our way back up the table in this January transfer window? Be sure to hit me up in the comments, guys. If you've liked the video, give me a thumbs up. Be sure to hit the bell notification. Make sure you sub. And hopefully, guys, I will see you in the next one.